Man, let's repeat it after me. Whatever happened to Bill Cosby, what happened to R. Kelly, right? These people, Brett Kavanaugh, that can happen to you too if you messing with 304s that don't have your back. Shout out to Corey Holcomb for saying this in 2019. I will continue to repeat it because there are people that still believe that they are above it. Now, I will say this. This broad here, this got to be the dumbest broad. Like the plastic, whatever she injected into her tatas, that plastic, that silicone, that she must have injected it into her head as well, into her brain, because you gotta be a stupid 304 to try to put that on Kanye. Because I'm like, he's gonna countersue you, right? Because Kanye West is petty like that. Kanye West is petty. Like he he don't give a fuck. So I remember when I first saw the news. When I first saw the news of the ex-assistant coming out saying, "Oh, he did this to me," and I was like, "Oh, here we go." I'm like, give it 24 hours. Watch, you're gonna see his representative talking about, "I'm finna sue her back." And lo and behold, like 2 days later, rep for Kanye West responds after former assistant sues him for sexual harassment, claims she is trying to extort him. And then you look at the paragraph right here. His representative here says, in response to these baseless allegations, Ye will be filing a lawsuit against Ms. Pashata, who actively pursued him sexually to coerce employment, other material benefits, then engaged in blackmail and extortion when her advances were rejected. Which is this is just common, the common playbook for today's 304s. And like I said, men, we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Because when Bill Cosby was going through his thing, none of the Negro male comics came up to his defense because he was crying about him complaining about cursing, and you wanted to one-up him, but didn't realize the precedent that was taking place. But like I said, a lot of ninjas are very what's the word? Very short-sighted when it comes to these kind of topics and these things. And when R. Kelly or whatever, how about this? When Negro male athletes would get into troubles like this, a lot of particularly conservative Caucasian males would use those opportunities to grandstand and virtue signal and act like ninjas is always up to no good. This is why white women should stay away from them and all this. So people don't understand certain things that happen, and then they get shocked when Brett Kavanaugh's going through his thing. I'm like, guys, this is the new normal now. Because really, we should be like, none of these things should even. When these cases happen or these allegations, it should be really men laughing at the shit. But like I said, particularly when it comes to celebrities, you should already have in the back of your mind, okay, this is most likely fake. I'm talking about most likely this is fake. Particularly when you're talking about celebrities, all these athletes, entertainers in general, this is most likely fake. But like I said, because a lot of men, I'm talking about of all races now, look up to these celebrities or these people, and they're very jealous of the 304s that they can get in abundance. So anytime they see one of these guys in trouble, they take it and run with it instead of just really analyzing the situation and be like, oh shoot. But like I said, people are very short-minded, and most men are not going to admit to player hating at a grand scale level. But I digress. So let's read the first article, the original accusations, and let's look at the details. Right? Kanye West former assistant accused him of sexual harassment, breach of contract, and wrongful termination. So once I see that, automatically I already know, okay, and then I'm looking at the model. Right? I'm looking at the model. I'm like, oh, you were just the assistant that he was fucking on from time to time. Probably wasn't even fucking on the bitch, but just probably had the bitch as a nice background. Like she was a nice, good-looking piece of furniture that you have in the background. She qualifies in Kanye West's eyes as a nice looking piece of furniture. So that's what she qualified for. So when I see that off rip, I'm like, oh, so he was probably paying the 304, whether he was fucking on her or not. Probably was paying on her and he stopped paying. That's literally what happened to Vince McMahon, where the 304 was literally like, okay, we basically had a relationship. Like we was fucking, and he would pay me this. He stopped paying. Okay, that was literally in her lawsuit. We were fucking on each other, but then he stopped paying. He said he was going to pay this amount of millions of dollars, and then he stopped in the middle of his payment. So I was like, so this can fly as I'm gonna put a lawsuit on him. Then Vince McMahon turns around like, nah, look at She would write me love letters. Look at all of this. So this is ridiculous, right? So we're gonna skim through out of respect for Kanye West. So this is the only now right here. It says at the time, Pishada claimed she was making $1 million annually from OnlyFans. So we got an OnlyFans model here, right? Although West had no objection to her OnlyFans account at first, per the suit in 2022, he allegedly stated that he wanted Pishada to be godlike and asked her to delete her account in exchange for $1 million after she deleted her account. Pishada said she received a barrage of explicit messages from West and that at one point he masturbated in front of her. But obviously, she's not telling the full story. Like, Bishop 304s won't tell the full story. Like, you guys were already in basically a sexual relationship. You guys were sexually being involved, consensually. You guys were in a consensual sexual relationship, and in a consensual sexual relationship, people be freaks. And guys like Kanye West, you know, they have so much access to 304s and Punani. You know, the regular old vanilla sex and just whatever, that's not gonna fly for him. He's probably gonna turn it up a notch. So of course she's gonna expose all the messages, all the messages of him being thirsty or whatever, or basically them sexting, all the sexting messages. And here's the thing about 304s that always it tickles me when 304s expose all the text messages. I'm talking about women will screenshot every single message that you send them. They screenshot everything except for them dry begging for money. Yo, you cannot make this stuff up. I'm talking about 304s will screenshot you viewing their Instagram story, then they'll send it to somebody they know. You're like, I'm like, you keeping track of that shit? I'm like, wow. So they will screenshot. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from watching others. Women screenshot everything. They screenshot everything but them dry begging for money. I'm talking about when they be dry begging for money. Y'all know, people with experience with women, especially of women of today. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When they be dry begging for money, I'm really going through it right now and blah, blah, all that shit. All those, man, when they start asking, oh man, I usually don't do this, but can you please just give me. Women will not, they don't screenshot those messages. Now, men don't even screenshot those messages in terms of when women are dry begging out of respect, because we know sometimes how that is. So we won't even screenshot them dry begging us for money. I don't even do that. And I should start doing that, because there'll be people I know that be doing that to me. And I'll be like, so even them, I give them a pass because, you know, whatever. But man, they screenshot everything, don't they? So I'm not even gonna address the thing about him masturbating, whatever, because let's keep it real. You guys were in a consensual sexual relationship. Oh, they say, and then another disturbing claim. And here's the thing: they'll talk about all this stuff, how he was doing all this stuff, but they stayed. So he was doing all this stuff, right? And then around September 22, they said the suit states that Pishada was promoted to chief of staff for his various companies and was told she would receive an additional $3 million for her promotion. Now, this is where it gets scary here, because recently what happened to Orange Man is he was found guilty for rearranging funds to cover up for him paying for a 304. Now, I don't know, like, if these lawyers are going to pick up on it, but they're going to start saying, hey, doesn't that qualify? Doesn't this qualify? Doesn't this case? They're going to start using certain situations like this here, right? What I just said. When you see Pishada promoted to chief of staff and then she's getting additional funds and then she's getting, people are going to start saying, well, doesn't that qualify as moving funds to pay for, you know? So this is what's scary about the Orange Man trial situation. You know, a lot of ninjas were nearsighted about that case as well. But you know. Anyways, somebody said, however, the following month, Pishada stated she was fired and allegedly offered a $3 million severance package, which she accepted but did not receive. This is why we're seeing the story today. So you see, right, this is all I need to see here too. Right here. However, the following month, Pishada stated she was fired, allegedly offered a $3 million severance package. She accepted the terms, but she did not receive it. Now it's just like that. Now she is a thing. Now it's a thing. So oh man. So right here, This is the scary part. This is the scary part right here. It says, in addition to sexual harassment, breach of contract, and wrongful termination, Deshada is also suing West and his affiliated Yeezy companies for fraud, unpaid wages, and intentional infliction of emotion distress. Now we know that's cap, but look at what they just convicted Orange Man for. Like I said, this is the scary stuff, and this is probably why she even like this is probably why she even pushed this case, because she probably saw what happened to Orange Man. She probably been talking to lawyers and was like, oh, yo, there might be something that we could use here. So this is a problem. Obviously this is a problem. Now let's go to here where the rep for Kanye West basically said, look, this 304 is lying. You know what I mean? But like I will say this is scary, because what happened to Orange Man is scary, because now she's also saying that, oh, this companies are fraud or whatever. He's using this to pay 304s and whatnot, and 304s like me, and because I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So this is the scary part. This is what people don't see. So I'm gonna be keeping my eyes on this case, because I already knew what happened to Orange Man. I was like, oh, more cases they're gonna start popping up, and they're gonna start hinting at, oh, he's writing off 304's wages using company names and whatnot. So that's the scary part, man. That's the scary part, you know, man. Anyway, man, these 304s, like I said, I want people to if people don't, a lot of women that make fun of men studying the Roman Empire and whatnot and blah blah blah. This is my Roman Empire. But one thing that they conveniently leave out in the Roman Empire, one of the downfalls of the Roman Empire, is what women would do to gain power is they would levy up many false accusations against men with power. And it'll be their own, I'm talking about even their own daughters, I'm talking about their own family members that would do that to them, to basically blackmail them or extort them so they can get money or gain access to certain powers. So these are very interesting times that we are living in.